Alright, so this is actually the second match I played against this matchup. I went 2-0 last time, but the replays were broken on Cockatrice, so I'm not going to be able to get the replay of that. So the opponent is on the thing in the ice, a suicide blue, I guess people call it. Got an opening hand of Collective Brutality and Ensnaring Bridge, which according to the spreadsheet is pretty good, especially since I can play both. So I'm comfortable with it. Opponent does have a pretty good draw here with the Swift Spear. I do think my opponent messes up here. If they see my hand and they cast Mutagenic Growth anyways, they should have saved the growth for the Collective Brutality to keep the Swift Spear alive. But I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm going to lay Bridge. Just in case I Surgical. I didn't know what my opponent had in hand. I did not want my opponent to have another Mutagenic Growth to keep Swift Spear alive, so I go ahead and Surgical the Mutagenic Growth now. So, yeah, leaves all this stuff. So there's all the growth. Now I do the Collective Brutality, all 3 modes, to gain the life back, kill off the Swift Spear. I knew it was dead, and I take out the Serum Visions because the Battle Rage is mana intensive there, because I don't want my opponent to draw me anything decent. So I know my opponent has Thing in the Ice here, and they, if I remember correctly, play land. Oh yeah, they forgot to draw a card for Gitaxian Probe, so I let them, but they had to reveal it to me. So my opponent passed with 2 mana up and Thing in the Ice in hand, so that told me, like, I still had the deck list open from when they revealed it to me so I can Surgical. That told me that they had Stubborn Denial in hand. So I just waited. What I could have done here instead was I could have done Infernal Tutor for a second bridge, revealing this one. And that way when I play the bridge, you know, I can let it get countered and still be okay. But instead I don't. I just pass turn. So here comes the Kiln Fiend. Or, sorry, Thing in the Ice. So yeah, Collective Brutality. Make sure that I get rid of that Stubborn Denial. I happen to top deck it. And I get rid of the Infernal Tutor, because I know that at this point all I gotta do is land bridge and I win. So I also gain some life and go for the discard. And I pay the 1 extra. And get rid of that Battle Rage. So now my opponent is stuck with this poopy little creature. Yep. And now I just lay the bridge. And the game's pretty much over. I'm going to start getting life here with Fair, thankfully, and the opponent scoops. Their only out was try to burn me with their lightning bolts, and they don't have enough. Alright. Invisible. I want to say I mold this hand. I just, like, it has good stuff in it, but I didn't have the mana to cast it. Pretty good hand, because I got 3 of the most important cards. Opponent. I can't remember if they kept that. I guess so. No, they didn't. Okay. Yeah, but Shattering Spree in the opener, that's pretty good. It's unfortunate. Oh, oops. Yeah, what am I doing? So Swift Spear attacks, of course. I draw a second bridge, which is okay. Yeah, opponent's thinking. Yeah, and here comes 10 damage. That was unfortunate. So now I know my opponent has one unknown in hand. Unfortunately, it is Shattering Spree. And they're smart enough to go ahead and do it now. They try to get a trigger off of it, but they don't cast the other copy, they replicate, so. So play at the bridge. Oh yeah, I forgot that I don't have to reveal. Take that one. So now double bolt will kill me. I go ahead and Ghost Quarter the Stomping Ground because I'm afraid of a Ancient Grudge. And this way, if they do draw Ancient Grudge, they can cast it once, but they won't be able to cast it the second time. They have to draw Ancient Grudge and another fetch land. So. Yeah, go ahead and replicate the Killing Fiend now, because that's the one that can deal the most damage. Yeah, and at this point I just draw back-to-back opals if I remember correctly. They got a bolt in hand, so I just need another bolt for the win. They can attack some probe, get a Stubborn Denial. Doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, Welding Jar. So here comes bolt, bolt, and I lose. Unfortunate, but it happens. Alright. Game 3, it's pretty good. You know, I have the lock in hand, and I have all I need is a land, which I'm pretty sure I can top deck one, especially with Lantern here. So, oh, shoot balls. Let's do that again. All right. Card fill visible. All right. Yeah, go ahead and start going for the early mill. And they go for the early attack. I draw an opal, so that lets me do the Collective Brutality. I can start dumping my hand for bridge now. My opponent did not save a the Mutagenic Growth for to keep the Spear alive, and I'm able to take out this Stubborn Denial out of my opponent's hand. So very good there. I don't draw a land, but I can play the Shredder. I'm not worried about Serum Visions. That's basically forcing the opponent to spend a turn to draw. I mean, I'm a little bit worried about Killing Fiend here, but I know that what I need right here is a land, and I don't want to use my Shredder unless I have to. Unfortunately, Tomorrow Battle Rage means that I have to. So, the opponent gets a Swift Spear instead. And here I take a risk. I go to mill myself. If my opponent gets that Stubborn Denial, I'm on a 4-turn clock. If my opponent gets the Stubborn Denial, then they can counter my bridge. I'm worried about it, but I'm like, I should be okay. So I mill myself, and sure enough, there's an opal. So I play out the bridge. Now I have block. Stubborn Denial doesn't matter, and I've got the game. Especially with another Shredder on top. That's it. And I've got 2 Welding Jars as backup, so even if they got Ancient Grudge. So it was risky, but I went for it and it worked. So far the build, according to what the spreadsheet says it should be, seems to be working extremely well. So, thanks for watching.